Right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has called on leaders across Nigeria to take a cue from what the governor of Abia State, Alex Otti, is doing in the state. And thank you for that endorsement, ex-President Goodluck Jonathan. About 2 days ago, it was ex-President Obasanjo calling Governor Alex Otti a miracle worker. Today, it is Goodluck Jonathan calling him a role model to other governors. Otti, with the resources available to him compared to states like Rivers, Lagos, Kano, is the best performing governor in Nigeria as it stands today. The problem of this country, as I have always said here, is not a lack of resources, but the mismanagement and embezzlement of available resources. That is why the idea of taking numerous loans is straight out corruption to me. 95% of all the loans taken gets embezzled. That is why public debt keeps rising, but the people can't even feel it. And of course, hunger, unemployment, insecurity, and hopelessness are the hallmarks of the Tinubu regime. And few hours ago, massive protests broke out again in Rivers State over the state of emergency declaration. But this time around, the protests took a different twist, one that shows how badly we have fallen as a people. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to that update between IGBO youths and the Nigerian army began making the rounds. Southeast youths refuse to be toyed with. Before I show you details of these top stories and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you this video. The first video here is a video from Obasanjo, of course, tearing this administration apart. See the video.
What do you say of a Nigerian president who came to office without a plan? Who came to office without a plan. And then he woke up and just said, oh, 3-point plan. What are the 3 points? What are they going to achieve? Who are the people who have worked on it? Oh, you come and you just open your mouth and make a pronouncement on something that has not been studied.
You heard that. If we are talking about political experience in Africa as it is today, it is hard to see anyone who can measure up to Obasanjo, to ex-President Obasanjo, in terms of experience. And he's here telling us that Tinubu had no plan prior to coming into office, and then he got into office and began talking about 3 plans that nobody had looked at. He said he just opened his mouth and said something without researching it. And I believe he was referring to his subsidy is gone remark on the day of that shameful inauguration. And the planlessness of this regime has been evident all through his 23 months in office. 29th of next month, Bat will be exactly 2 years in office, and he has nothing to show. So devoid of projects to show that he wants to commission a project that is 4% complete. What a shame. The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road they are even struggling to get that 4% of it complete before May 29, so that he will be able to find something to commission. Some of the gutters that Wike constructed in the FCT that he was saying that Tinubu was going to commission, some of them began collapsing after the first rain. They have been trying to play out, to copy from the Peter Obi blueprint. Student loan initiative. Many bodies are already complaining that the corruption in it is too much. Even when the NEL Fund, organization that is controlling the student loan itself, came out and gave their figures, there was a huge conflict between the figures they gave and the figure that the Ministry of Education was giving, to show you that there is massive corruption there already. You come to the issue of subsidy removal that he has been priding himself in, saying that he took a bold decision, that now Nigerians will be able to save. When the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, was asked in front of senators at the National Assembly, what have you done with the subsidy savings? What was his answer? He said, let us move into a closed-door meeting where the press will not be available. What does that tell you? Of course, there is only one answer. The money has been embezzled. Savings from our collective sufferings gone into the pockets of few Nigerians. Yet they claim that it is payment of subsidy that benefits few Nigerians. What a disaster. Next is the video of Peter Obi visiting the Bokos community, Plateau State, after the killings of many innocent Nigerians in the state. See the video. Wow, you saw that. And I don't know if this is just sheer boldness from Peter Obi, or is there another force that, protects this man? Because he just turned up to Boko's community with little or no security, and he's just standing there. When he began doing this sort of thing, we were worried for him, but we have been worried for so many years, and he's been doing it, and he's been fine. So all we can do is just to keep praying for him, for God to keep protecting him. And he turned up to that community, presented a check of 7.5 million naira as his own contribution to them at this critical time. No other member of the political class has lifted a finger yet to help those people. They can't even come near that place. They'll be too afraid to come there with all their security details. They go still they fear. But look at Peter Obi. Anywhere, everywhere he visits, this is what he has been doing all across the nation, non-stop, since I began following him. And there are records that he has been a philanthropist even before he became governor. And Toluwase Shogunro here wrote an emotional anecdote. He said, even if Peter Obi is pretending, I haven't seen any presidential aspirant in this nation that has pretended even half of his pretense. God, why don't you look down on us and show mercy? Toluwase Shogunro there is calling on God to look down on Nigeria and help us crown Peter Obi. Well, first off, Obi isn't pretending. This is who he is. Secondly, God will not come down to crown anybody for us. God has already given us the number. We can achieve our political independence as Nigerians if we want to. Mr. Tolu, God will not come down to crown anybody for us. I repeat, if we want to, we should unite as a people and take our country back. Point blank, period. Now, let us look at the top stories. First is that protest from Rivers State over the state of emergency declaration. But today, the protest took a disgraceful twist. And next is that rancor between southeastern youths and the Nigerian army. Let's start by taking that update from Rivers State. Now, this is the background. For 3 days, women in Rivers State have been protesting against the state of emergency declaration. They have been flooding the streets in black clothing, depicting sadness, and they have been calling for Fubara's reinstatement. But today, a counter-protest group hit the streets in all white, thanking Tinubu for imposing state of emergency in Rivers State. See the video. You saw that. You saw elderly women there. How much were they paid, for God's sake? I keep saying this. We can't keep blaming politicians for everything. Nigerians have lost their minds. The people have completely lost their minds. And when I say the people have lost their minds, I don't mean it as a phrasal verb, figure of speech, or hyperbole. I'm saying that most Nigerians have gone literally absolutely mad. Many are finding it genuinely difficult to decipher good from evil. That is the situation we are seeing in Nigeria today. Tinubu, Wike, and the sole administrator in Rivers State right now are openly ripping the state apart. But that crowd still took peanuts from Wike's loyalists to come out and support the state of emergency. Nigeria is far gone. And just as Nigerians were yet reacting to that update from Southeast Nigeria, youths rejecting the Nigerian army amidst pleas and all manner of persuasion began making the rounds. Look at how the papers reported it. The Nigerian army has raised the alarm over the poor enlistment of Southeast youths into the military service and called for a change of attitude to reverse the trend. According to the army, while Kaduna State had recorded over 3,000 applications in the ongoing 2025 recruitment exercise, Enugu State was still struggling with just 100, noting that the story was not different with other Southeast states. It called on Enugu and Southeast youths to apply in their numbers in the ongoing 2025 recruitment exercise to fill their quotas. The army made the call in Enugu during an enlightenment town hall meeting with local government council chairmen, traditional rulers, presidents general of town unions, and other community and thought leaders at the weekend. Leader of the 2025 Army Recruitment Enlightenment Team, Brigadier General Chima Ekeato, said, "Our people are losing what rightly belongs to them. Each year, whenever a slot is being allocated to our people, we keep noticing that the number of applicants from our side is unusually very poor. Take, for example, Enugu State was given about 200 slots, but the people who made it were never up to 100 due to poor application. This has also become a recurring decimal in other states in the Southeast." He refuted the allegation that people of Southeast region were being killed in their numbers in the army because they were the first to be sent to the battlefront. He added that the region was also holding strategic positions in the army presently. There are a lot of falsehood out there stating that the IGBOs are being killed because they are the first to be sent to the battlefield. These things are not true. After all, we that are here have risen high in the army, and we are telling you that they are lies. Today in the Nigerian army, our brother is one of the top commanders in charge of equipment. His name is Chibueze Ogbuabo, he said. Speaking, the Commissioner for Youth and Sports Development, Barrister Lloyd Ekweremadu, regretted that the problem had persisted despite the collective efforts to reverse the trend, and called for a review of modes of advertising the opportunities and the need to provide more details about the benefits of serving in the army. Stick to that one, Barrister Lloyd. That second one. The first one you said, they need to change the mode of advertising. Then the second one you said they should tell us the benefits of serving in the army. Forget about the mode of advertising. Come out and tell Nigerians the benefits of serving in the Nigerian army. When soldiers are all over TikTok complaining about unpaid allowances, complaining about unpaid salaries, complaining that many of them are due to be transferred from the battlefront, but you left them there because transfer now is done based on favoritism. Numerous army checkpoints in the southeast terrorizing the Igbos. You expect Southeast youths to be happy to join you? And look at how Nigerians reacted. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. This tweet here says, "You see what injustice or perceived injustice can cause? In the 50s until early late 90s, youths from the Southeast usually voluntarily joined the Nigerian army happily. Now, they just refuse to join, even when the authorities are begging them directly and indirectly." That is it. When was the last time somebody from the Southeast became the chief of army staff or the chief of defense staff? When was the last time people from Southeast held reputable positions in the Nigerian army? Now you are coming to tell us that the person in charge of equipment, Chijoke something, is an Igbo man. Do you have to tell us? Why can't the Igbos hold a position that everybody in Nigeria will know that this is an Igbo man holding this position in the army? Do you think we are fools or what? And just here says, you men are intimidating youths everywhere in the southeast. That's the same institution you want them to join? Army headquarters. I doubt the insurgency torn northeast has as many checkpoints as there are in Anambra alone. That is it. You turned a region that is relatively more peaceful than anywhere in the north into a war zone because of the avarice that you have towards them. And now you are asking them to come and join you. And Chidera here says, Indiara, where are the slots for customs, DSS, EFCC, ICPC, Federal Character Commission, NAFDAC, NDLEA, NIA, Central Bank and NNPC? Why must it be army with their poor salary that you will throw upon us? Now, away from the fact that the Igbos maybe are not being promoted very well in the army, or maybe they are maltreating Southeast youths and they want them to come and join them, away from all that, how about the army itself? The average Igbo man wants to go all out there and test the waters. He wants to go into the business world and develop himself into a millionaire, multi-billionaire. Look at the likes of Obi Kubana. Look at what he did at his 50th birthday. That is the life that the average Igbo man wants to live, a successful life where he can give the best to his family, to his extended family, to his loved ones, not dwelling on the pittance that you pay soldiers in the Nigerian army. You can't even give them proper equipment to fight insurgency. The other day, a military man came to Arise TV and he said the bullets they give to them are counted. That while terrorists are coming and 20 minutes away from you, they are shooting into the air straight. And you can see that this man is loaded with bullets. Meanwhile, you have just 22 bullets or 18 in your own gun. That is how you are treating soldiers. So the military itself is not even attractive, sentiments aside, for anybody to come and join. The Northerners, Kaduna, 5,000, 10,000 of them can apply. Take the slots to them, since they are the ones who don't have what to do with their lives. The average Igbo man will go into business, test the waters, and hope to be successful in life. So he's not going to take your shabby offer of joining the military. Anyway, make I leave am here. Make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una na I dey here. So don't go away. Don't go away.